What is up, guys? Jake here with the next hero build video, and this one is on Alpha. I thought it would be fun to do it. The newest hero out right now, and really a pretty interesting hero, especially with a little bit of love that she got in the most recent updated 117. So let's talk about her. Let's talk about how I prefer to build her. Now, in 117, she also got a weapon power build buff. And I have seen people play her very well weapon power. I just simply prefer her as a CP. I've played her some weapon power. I don't know. Maybe I just need to learn to play it differently, but I sort of like it as a CP build. So that's what we're going to be going over today. The first thing we'll talk about is how I do her upgrade path. I start off with her B ability. I think this is especially as a CP build, this is her key ability. This is what you want to overdrive first. And then from there, I will grab her A. And then I will simply upgrade her B ability. I will even go as far as to skip a level 5 and hold on to that, not even upgrade A, and then grab her ultimate and her B ability. Again, this is going to let you max out that B as quickly as you can. Once you do, you're pretty much ready to start wrecking people. You're going to hit that power spike. But really, when she hits her ultimate, she's pretty formidable. Until then, you need to be a little bit passive. Obviously, if people out of position, you can take them down. But when you get that ultimate, man, it's just insane. The damage she can potentially do and how hard she is to really finish off in a sure enough team fight when there's like a 3-on-3. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But then just finish it off. I go ahead and max out her A ability, or excuse me, her ultimate. And then there you go. That's the build for me anyway. So let's get in talking about items. Oops, didn't mean to buy that. Meant to sell it. For me, the first thing I'm after is an aftershock on her. Now, early on, you want to go ahead and get that the Eclipse Prism. You want to get that first, but because the chronograph is really not a big deal for her. When she does her auto attack, that reduces the cooldown on her B ability. So the reuse is not crucial. But obviously, you want to get that and into an aftershock, in my opinion. That just makes you really, really bursty. And it's sort of like a Koshka thing. When you have the ability to, when you do an attack, it lowers that cooldown on your B. When you're in a team fight, you can get that aftershock off many, many times. So that's always a good thing. From there, I personally like to build into a broken myth. Now, there are some circumstances when you might want to go away from that, but to me, what you're trying to do in her case is one, be bursty. You want to jump on people really quickly, whether it be with your A, dropping that down, that prime directive and getting to them really quickly, and then just smashing that B and just doing that super, super burst damage that a CP can do. But from also, you're prepping it. You're prepping them. You're getting them low and getting them ready for that ultimate. So I go with a broken myth. When you're doing that, when the fight's breaking out, you're getting those stacks, you're getting it built up, and then you're going to land your ultimate. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about that here in a minute. But one thing you need to know is that you can use both of her A and B abilities while her ultimate is going off. But we'll talk more about that in a moment. From there, really, I go tanky. I go very, very tanky. Obviously you'll have your boots. You'll get those done. Get your reflex block, probably into an Aegis. And if you're going against a weapon power CP build, like most of the time you will be, I would even go into a metal jacket or an Atlas, depending on who you're going against, and if you need it. Get tanky, get tough, because she can take a beating. And when you compound that with the fact that she has her heroic perk, that reboot, it just seems like you just can't kill the chick. She just won't go down. Now from there, you play it by ear. Probably most matches you're not going to get full build. If I had to pick one, again, it would be situational. If we were ahead, I might go with a alternating current. What that's going to do is give you more attack speed. And the reason I would say that is because, again, you have an ability that is reduced cooldown each time you get an auto attack off. So that's just going to really increase it. I could see an argument for an Eve. I could see an argument for a Shattered Glass. I could see an argument for a Frostburn. It just depends on. You've got a lot of gap close, so I really wouldn't go with anything like a Shiver Steel or anything. And that's probably a good argument against a Frostburn, because you can close that gap pretty easily. But any of those other three, I could see a good argument for, depending on the situation. But if I had to say pick one, Jake, you got to pick one, I would take alternating current for the aforementioned reasons of having that increased attack speed and being able to get that B ability off more in a team fight. So let's talk about it. Let's go down to the jungle here and start doing some damage to some minions. Obviously, we won't be building any broken myth stacks, but still, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to start attacking this. You can do that B ability. You'll see right there how quickly that resets. Just every few seconds you can get it off and how much damage it really does. And then close that gap and hit it. I mean, just tremendous damage. But here's what you need to be looking for as an alpha, in my opinion, with this particular build. You want to get that gap closed. You want to do this damage, and then if there's, if you're the front line, if you're out there taking a lot of shots, you're going to eventually get low on your health. But once you pop that ability, you start to get your rebuild. You want to be able to have that A ability up and land it, and boom, look at that, how much damage it does. So you want to pop your ultimate, get in a situation to where they're going to run away, trust me, because you've got those broken mid stacks up and it's going to do insane damage. And whether they're close enough, you might be able to land that B ability and dash towards them, or if they're trying to run away, make sure before you pop it that you've got your ultimate up, actually your A ability up, and if they're running away, you can land that A, it closes the gap, boom, your ultimate goes off, and they are just absolutely devastated when you have those broken mid stacks built up and you've got all that CP damage. So pretty much that's it, guys. Grab that aftershock, grab that broken myth, get tanky. If the fight goes on or the match goes on long enough that you can grab up that alternating current or something else, I think it's a great pick, and you will be an absolute nightmare, I promise you. But remember, it's all about getting those stacks up and getting them up before you go down and popping that ultimate, and then landing your A ability to close the gap where the ultimate goes off on them. Right there, boom. That's what you want to do. Make sure it's up. If you pop your ultimate and all your abilities are down and you can't move around, you're pretty easy to take out. All right, guys, hope you like this guide. Until next time, Jake, doing my best to help you suck less.